Stick it! Ta-da! Stickman! Free lives.
Your call is important to us.
We're in the corporate boardroom of Free Lives, Pty.
Deep underground, yeah.
In the corporate bunker with Evan.
Hi.
Free Lives founder, OG, and also the brains behind Stick It to the Stigma.
Yeah, well, one of the brains.
The whole game jam culture is really central to everything you do.
Free Lives started with the game jam culture baked in. All the people we were hiring were out of game jams. It's people that had pitched up to game jams, so we all loved it.
Stick It to the Stickman. Did you game jam that then?
It started at a bit of a game jam in Citrusdal, which is like 3 hours drive out of Cape Town.
But it sounds like something that was already in your head.
It was a little more planned than most of the jams I've done, which surprised me, because usually when I've set out to try and make something good, it's been a disaster. What we plan on doing, I guess, is doing everything all the others do, as well as what we were going to do anyway, so just make the biggest, most beefy stick figure game. And just keep working on it, I guess. And I think there is something unique in Stickman. And part of that is just we've spent longer on it. You know, a lot of the fidelity, a lot of sound effects, a lot of music, all these elements.
Where are we, Evan?
We are at the Free Lives compound in the leafy suburb of Constantia, Cape Town, South Africa.
And it is beautiful.
We needed a house that was big enough to fit all of us in, so we had to move to, what is this, the suburbs?
The suburbs.
Yeah.
And this is where you all work,
Yeah.
all the Free Lives teams.
Yeah.
And I believe you actually used to live here as well, is that true? All of you?
Well, when Free Lives first moved here, there were about 6 or 8 people living in the house.
Right.
And as the company's grown and more projects have started, people have been evicted and offices have been put in those bedrooms.
Did it get a bit stinky?
Actually, yes. I think
Simon's-
everyone's here today hard at work.
Yes, imagine that. It's not a Sunday at all. And here we are, and normally this area is throbbing with life.
So when we first moved in here, it didn't have a sauna. The first renovation we had to have.
That's the first thing I think of when I move into a new house.
The cryo pool came later.
I don't even know what a cryo pool is.
It's a plunge pool. It's so cold it will kill you if you give it a little bit of time.
This is Free Lives, it's good living. I feel like your motto is probably work hard, relax hard.
It's very much that. It's like, we like making games, but we also, you got to be healthy when making games, otherwise it's horrible. Try, live good, eat well, that's why we've got a chef and why we feed everyone here. Delicious food and healthy food.
We have like a metric for joke quality in the office where if it's of a certain caliber, a high enough caliber, you'll get Rohan to like groan audibly. And there's a high watermark we haven't quite reached where he'll stand up, leave the room and scream into the heavens. What did the cheese say to itself in the mirror? Hello, me. See, this is good, right?
This is the kind of top grade humour you can expect from Stick It to the Stickman. The Stickman genre is fairly well established. What was your experience of that genre of games?
I used to draw a lot of Stickman. When I figured out how to make GIFs, I would draw Stickman GIFs and share them around the classroom. And Newgrounds was a big thing, watching those fight sequences. Early internet flash days, there was a lot of Stickman content.
I found the players are quite varied in age, because there's definitely 2 different types of players. There's the younger player who, there seems to be a culture of Stickman gaming. There's 1 million of them out there that are made super badly, that are online for some reason.
Not like Free Lives games,
No.
of course.
And then there's a whole bunch of people that connect with those Stickman animations from back in the day. So there were huge Flash artists that made these super elaborate Stickman fighting animations back in the day.
I remember them.
Yeah, they're
First
massive.
time round.
I also, like, the first time I played it, that's what I grew up like platformers where you, especially the earlier versions of Stickman. I was like, this is cool. It reminds me of like the games I used to get for free on CDs when I was 10 years old. They recently added a lot of blood to one of the levels. And then we put the blood in, and people were actually like, yeah, we don't like the blood. So,
Really?
yeah, I think everyone's very wholesome.
Oh, that's
Stickman
good.
community is very wholesome and chill.
One of the great affordances of making a Stickman game is the art's very cheap, right? It's very quick to animate, because the fidelity of the movement allows you to make so many different actions and animations in the game. So we're trying to use that to create a huge variety of just things that can happen in our game. And hopefully that results in this like very entertaining, very alive kind of feeling about the way things move in the world.
So there was the original version of Stickman went on itch. How would you compare the final version of the game with that original version?
The first version is you climb up a tower, kill your boss, become the boss, then I guess climb up the tower again and have to kill your previous self. So the tower is where the finances, accounting, that kind of thing. The CEO lives in the tower. I mean, you know this from having a CEO at Devolver in the tower as CEOs.
He's very high up, we never see him.
If you think of that as like a game mode, there's other game modes where you play in the fulfillment center and you fight robots to save your job. And you go to China to make deals with foreign manufacturers. You drive a truck around to fulfill some of the logistic needs of the company. It's these kind of extra games within the game, but all of it is to kind of increase the share price of the overall company.
One of the things you mentioned there was the idea that you end up getting to the top and then start again to come and kill yourself.
Yeah.
So it feels like basically you're embracing the self-loathing at the heart of capitalism.
The thing about becoming the CEO as well is you don't just get to then make decisions. The shareholders loom over you, tell you what to do. They will fire you if you don't do what they say. So it's like a disempower, you get all of this power only to be undercut by the shareholders who are even more shadowy and dark and unassailable. And it's this late stage capitalism acceleration that we want to kind of get to, where the company keeps getting bigger and more impressive and the world falls apart to the point where all the billionaires hide in their nuclear bunkers to escape the climate disaster that they've wrought, which then gives you the opportunity to go kill all the billionaires finally and save the world.
Because that's what's going to be required, essentially, isn't it?
It's a satire of all of these billionaires and their big businesses, and one of the things that I always find really interesting is how Evan especially will get a concept for a new mode of the game which are so directly inspired by actual events in sort of, like the world of billionaire tech. CEO cage fight, I wonder where they got that idea.
Who knows? Just in the air.
So I always find that really interesting, is that you read something in the news and then it sort of passes through this stickman logic and comes out on the other end with just, little stickmen bonking each other in the head and kicking each other, and that's sort of how we make sense of the world.
This is Chef, the culinary mastermind, powering free lives. What are game developers like to cook for?
Well, some of them they're easy. A lot of them have their own requirements.
Fussy is what he's saying. He's saying you're fussy. How important is good nutrition to making great video games?
I think without your daily meals, with the balance that it has, I think they fall asleep just there.
Yeah, you'd all be asleep. No games would get made.
There's different parts to the music. Some of it veers into kind of muzak, like elevator music. That kind of music is kind of unbearable to listen to. What we then do is ask Jay to make it good, which, you know, he brings in a bit of kind of Wu-Tang Clan kind of hip-hop into that. He kind of mixes instruments together and just makes it sound like interesting and pleasant to listen to, because Muzak is kind of unpleasant. It was designed for productivity.
I think a lot of the influence for Stickman was a bit of Fight Club, like that soundtrack, sort of early, mid 2000s kind of style, like a bit of Prodigy, Chemical Brothers, like sort of breakbeats. There's been like rap kind of stuff, there's been like really epic stuff, there's cute and bubbly, there's dark and ominous. And yeah, there's also some really weird music in Stickman.
What's the weirdest one?
Some CEOs get together in a cage fight and there's a song that plays chanting money, money, money the whole time. It's just like money, 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 money.
Dion is also
Yeah,
doing
Dion
music for
is
it?
also helping me. Yeah. Dion did like a theme song, like in his amazing like ballad style.
You did all the sound design for Stickman as well?
Yeah, all the sound, and actually did all the voices as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like, I don't know how I ended up doing all the voices in the project, but it's so far gone now that I kind of have to commit.
You can't back out.
Yeah, kind of did it as a joke initially in the game jam, like doing some funny screams and yells and stuff. So this is the Pocket Operator office.
So cute.
So this has all kinds of different little office sounds.
This is basically the perfect synthesizer for Stick It to the Stickman.
Dion and I have been making tracks together. He actually did a track, very loungy, like Muzak. Dion made something that was like very good.
Yeah.
And then I sort of like took it and remixed it and stuff.
And ruined it.
I ruined it, yeah.
We're playing two-player co-op Stick It to the Stickman. So how do the moves work? Because you've only got one attack button, which is X, and do they cycle?
Yeah, they cycle, and essentially you can upgrade your move list, so a forward kick will become like a helicopter kick.
Oh, slow motion.
Yeah.
So what activates the slow-mo?
Every time you hit enemy, it builds up your bar. When your bar is completely full, you can use a special ability. So we're gonna add the more special abilities, like bring your child to work, and then, children will pop up.
Are there going to be any breakdance moves?
Yep, they are breakdance moves actually. Evan added some in our cage fights.
Feels quite fitting.
Yeah, and they look pretty great.
Begging for some head spins. And
yeah.
Do you feel like Stick It to the Stickman is going to prepare a generation for working in soul-sucking workplaces?
Alternatively, it'll convince them to never build that ever again, which is possibly a good outcome, maybe.
Okay.
All of us went through the onboarding process of being a working professional, and would have been nice to have some pointers.
So this could be a help.
I mean, who knew that Kung Fu was going to be such an important part of the workplace, but
here we are.
Stick It to the Stickman has grown on me as an outlet for, begrudging the system. But working at Free Lives is naturally a catharsis because there's a very creative space. It's rad. And as a coder, I guess there's less opportunity to express yourself normally.
Just watching them make games is crazy to me. Every day I get to work and I'm like, this is mental.
How do you even do that?
Yeah, I have no idea. But they seem like normal people, but nobody's normal at Free Lives. Nobody, not a single person.
That's the trailer quote. How are you feeling about what you've created as a team?
And we're in a good place. We've gotten over, I think, a lot of the hump of trying to architect the game to make it support all the ideas we want in place. And now we're getting really into making the content for it, and that feels good.
Submit your application, resume, references, and blood samples today